Yes, sir.
They would know it was the truth that I was speaking when they stumbled on my gruesome image. My face froze, my brain exposed, and my blood stained clothes. Pistol to my head, think I'm better off dead. Pistol to my head, think I'm better off dead. Pistol to my head, think I'm better off dead. I'm basically dead. All I do is fucking lay in the bed and think about my enemies that I haven't yet bled. That'll be the death of me. I can tell that there will be blood in my destiny. This shit is blood in my past, and if you put it all in a puddle, that puddle be vast. I've been to places where you make a mistake, then you get bumped in the ass. I learned like you're always right if you got enough cash. But that'll be the death of me when eventually my enemies kill me successful.
Hey, what up? It's Henderson on the Henderson program tonight. Yeah, and I'm back in the game. And, let's make a phone call real quick. Let's see what this cocksucker wants. You already probably can guess who I'm going to call at this hour. The rat who never sleeps. Yeah. What's up, rat?
What's going on?
How are you doing, rat?
You want to go live with me on my channel or no?
No, I'm already live on my channel, and I hopefully have some guests coming up now. What are you doing? Do you have any guests?
I'm about to go live, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, and I don't really like you anyway. So have a nice day. Let's just call this guy anyway. He already told me he's not going to talk tonight. I already tried to talk to the guy earlier, but we'll call him anyway. Hey, what's up, Mahash Trahash? Mitch, I don't want to give you the link right now. We got Brian K. Hello. Hey, what's up, Ponka? How are you tonight, sire?
I'm not doing good right now. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Can you come on my live stream and talk to us about it?
No.
Oh, come on, man. Open up.
No.
Please?
No, Henderson.
Come on. What can I do to help you now in your current condition?
I just don't want to talk about it right now.
Why did Michelle K do it?
She always takes Chris's side instead of mine. So you know what? I'm done.
She always takes Chris's side. What does that mean? What did he do?
She always wants us to fight, and I'm not dealing with that shit no more. I'm done.
She wants you and Chris to fight?
No, he wants me and her to fight all this time. I'm not putting up with it no more. I'm done.
You're done with Michelle K for good?
Yep.
You mean I'll never see you with Michelle K again?
No.
Oh my god.
She always takes this side, and I'm like, once in your life you take on my side, but no.
Oh yeah, what are you wearing?
Henderson, that's not a good question right now. I gotta go.
No, you gotta stay. He's a real finicky type of man. Alright, what a lake. I don't really feel like listening to anybody talk right now. But the thing about the whole Jess with the baby thing, this is a big topic. And you know what the thing about the Jess with the baby thing is that everyone's trying to make an excuse for why it's okay that she danced with the baby and almost smashed the baby's head into concrete. Oh no, it's okay that she did it. Yeah, she had the baby in complete control. Everyone's doing their expert analysis of this whole situation in the video now, where Jess is dancing around with a baby basically stuffed down into her shirt. And they're saying the baby was so strapped in, and that even Nick tried to say something that, no, this is the way it's done, and that, this is all legal and everything's been tested. And I mean, it's just ridiculous how they're coming out making excuses. Look, here's what happened is Henderson saw something that was very unjust Anderson Henderson saw something that was appalling. It was repulsive to see parenting that bad, and I called it out, and people don't want to give me credit that I did the right thing. I called out a child getting pushed into a situation where it's going to endure whiplash because the mother thought, hey, I'm going to be the cool mother and go be the new TikTok star and dance around like a clown and have the baby literally having its head, you know, bang back and forth. And I already saw fucking many years ago, I've seen many documentaries and stuff about roller coasters and how roller coasters will take you down. And even if you're not like hitting your head on something, it's just the swinging of the head, especially a newborn head that isn't even fully developed. Bitch, it takes 10, 15 years for a head to really start getting to where it's going to start, getting to the tip of where it can be as a fully grown skull and head. It's going to take 15 to 20 years to start seeing what the kid looks like. You get some of these 20-year-olds that look like fucking 45-year-old men, but basically, this baby was getting thrown around very harshly. And even all these other women in this game that have had CPS called on them and their families, which is a lot of women, they even stood up and were agreeing and saying, oh my God, like, Jess, you blatantly went against any safety conduct that could have been acceptable for the way you were dealing with your infant child. This baby's 3 to 6 months years old. And she was dancing around with this baby, having the baby go upside down almost, based on, hey, I want to be the hot new mom who just had a baby and now I'm dancing around to burn off the fat because I'm that shallow and I have such low self-esteem I can't be fat for a year or two until the baby's old enough to fend for itself before I go out here and start trying to shake my ass again and get back on the hooker pole, the stripper pole, and fucking dance around and try to act like she's gonna still keep it. Bitch, the bitch is motherfucking 45 years old, I think. And she's still out there trying to dance around with a baby between her titties. Bitch ain't never even really had any titties. It'd be different if she had big titties, because then it could act as some type of a cushion and a protectant for the baby that would be stuffed in between the titties, being literally slung around like a fucking toy. And this is a baby. This is not like a dog. It's not like a durable, little pit bull dog you can throw around and roughhouse with. It's a fucking baby. It's a tiny little thin, weak baby. And she was just up here having complete disregard for the safety of her own baby. If you've ever seen, like, you all don't want to admit this because you like Jess, and you're like, I like Nick and I like Jess too. But you say you all don't want to admit this. Even Abby and other people, even Michelle K, were telling me, take the video down and, don't call them out on doing this. Don't call them out on literally putting their baby at risk when everyone is always saying everyone else in this game is putting people at risk, saying that everyone else in this game is putting babies at risk. I stepped up as Anderson Henderson, and I called certain individuals out, whether they were my friends, and they could have been my best fucking friends. Truth is they're not my best friends. Just like Nick said, I've only talked to the guy 3 or 4 times. I've talked to that guy 3 or 4,000 times, so he's straight up lying about that. But I'm not friends with his wife, Jess, which I barely ever have seen her, barely ever knew her. I'm not friends with these fucking people. Don't let them tell you that they're friends with Anderson or let them vouch for what's going on in my life. I put a stop to that shit years ago when Abby was trying to go around and act like she's the expert on what's going on with Anderson Henderson. 90% of you motherfuckers didn't even just know that I just had to do 4.5 months in the camp. You probably just didn't even know that until I just told you that shit. Bitch, I did 4.5 months in the can. And I still come out here and got people think they're pulling the wool over my eyes. Bitch, if you were ever going to step up and stop child abuse from happening, it's not going to be a situation where it's some stranger out in the public park whipping the shit out of his kid and you're going to stand up and save the kid. That's some fucking fictitious movie version of what happens when it comes to real domestic violence. The truth is that if you're ever going to usually step up and save the kid, it's going to be your motherfucking nephew. You're going to have to stand up to your motherfucking brother at the goddamn Thanksgiving reunion or whatever and tell the motherfucker to stop telling his son that he can't eat more pumpkin pie. And he's telling him no, his son's gonna eat the pumpkin pie. His son does this. His son wakes up at 5:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? His son's star of the basketball team. His son's captain of the football team. His son's gonna be the best, and nobody will stand in his way. And he's gonna make him the best, even if he's got to die trying. Don't give a fuck if he kills his own son, kills his own family members. And that was the time you want to stand up and fight that fucking guy, the father of his son. And you think somebody's going to do that. People in society don't just want to stand up and try to go fight other guys. And if there's nothing worth in it, motherfuckers get stabbed and killed all the time. These motherfuckers are not delusional. They know they can be killed and stabbed too by getting in fights in the universe. And a lot of these guys, as they get older and older, they've seen more and more. They've seen more guys get stabbed with small stab wounds and end up dying from it anyway. And they figure, you know what, let's just stay out of it. And let's take care of it ideas. No, I mean, what I mean is as white men get older in society, they become bigger pussies than they used to be. And they try to they play this game of avoidance. Yeah, and, instead of actually engaging in combat. What the fuck? Hey, what's up, Panka?
Hi, Henderson.
What?
Hello. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing today?
Is that what he sounds like?
I know. I can't hear you. I gotta go back.
I think that's what he sounds like, right? You love that show. This is John Camilla's excellent impression. Yeah, go ahead and give me a sarcastic comment about how literally Jess was jumping around, putting her baby in severe risk. Her putting her baby at severe risk for if the bitch accidentally doesn't have the coordination she thought she had when she was 20 because the bitch is 30 or 40, 50. Maybe she's not 50, but she's looking like it. She's looking like she's 45 to 47. And Jess is a great looking girl and everything, whatever, but she just doesn't, she has kind of like that Madonna old look to her. Jess kind of has like that little skinny wrinkle look to her where she's very skinny and fit like Madonna, but she's got the wrinkleness in the texture of her skin. It's a Jewish thing or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's her body type, I guess. And that is never a great look to have. Don't look at me like I'm the bad guy because I called somebody out on being very rough with a small child. That you shouldn't be having a child jump up and down. And Nick's coming out here. Oh, some parents like to throw their kids up and do somersaults and catch their kids in the air. Not at fucking the age that kid is at. Maybe when the kid's a couple years old. Maybe when the motherfucking kid's skull has had enough time to actually adhere together to its brain. This motherfucking kid's still basically a fetus, in my opinion. She was dancing around with the kid. jumping up and down, making the kid work out hard like her. I don't accept what Jess did. I think it was bad parenting, and I think I had the balls to call it out. And then people ridiculed me. Abby and Michelle K and others said, "Oh, take the video down. Don't call out Nick and Jess because they like. Oh, Nick and Jess are such great people. Yeah, they're great people. That's why they're not taking care of their kids' safety. If they were really great parents, if they were really these great people that everyone keeps telling me, why did that kid get put in such jeopardy, physical jeopardy, that the kid was put in by Nick's wife, Jess? And what is Nick doing? Maybe Nick thinks it's okay. I mean, if Nick's not going to stand up and take the damn kid out of the situation when he's the father who's sitting right there ready to take care of it all, well, then I'm going to have to start looking at him and look at it like he condones it. Nick, do you condone what Jess was doing? If Nick stands up and tells me he doesn't condone what she was doing, he's basically condoning what she was doing by making excuses for it, saying it was okay for this reason or that. I'm like, oh, the motherfuckers over in Saudi Arabia, like, they let the little baby play with a python and shit like that, like trying to give me excuses like that. Bitch, we're not in Saudi Arabia. Man, play with no motherfucking king cobra while some little baby sits there in Pakistan and tries to not get fucking bitten in the face by a king cobra, which it bites him most of the time. But his dumbass, Nick's dumbass, wants to sit here and watch YouTube and watch the videos where the baby keeps dodging the king cobra from biting its face, and then they go, oh, look, the baby's amazing, it's magical. And then that's the video they put on YouTube for Nick to consume, not realizing that it took 99 babies getting bit in the face with a king cobra to get you that video where one baby got out clean. And fucking Nick was too stupid to do it. He's a consumer. And that's what I can't stand about American consumers, is that they don't care. They don't have any genuine love for the subjects that they're viewing and consuming off of. Kids believe in fairy tales. I moved on to soap operas and political speeches. Okay, hater. She reminds you of Brittany Murphy. I never thought Brittany Murphy was so hot. Which is a compliment. Jess is wrinkly because she lost 100 pounds once, and now she's stuck looking and she's stuck looking 60. Oh no, man. I mean, look, as far as her even being a person, I always thought she was kind of daft. I thought she was kind of dumb, a little bit airheaded. She thought, oh, she's working out so hard and she looks so great. She looks like $1 million. I'm like, you look like you're 60. You look like you're an in shape 65-year-old woman. Fucking, what's her name? The Bridget Fonda's, or Peter Fonda's sister. No stow holes. Bitch, quit asking me to do fucking store holes. I'm not doing it again. I'm moving on to a different style of video making, and I've always done that. I've always done different styles through different phases, and people keep trying to get me to go back to the past and do the same shit I did before. I'm not doing any more store holes. Quit asking me. Hi, Jeff. Does that happen only in cases of rapid weight loss? You look like you need to lose a little bit of weight there as well. You're welcome to take my advice anytime. Don't use it anyway. Believe in yourself somehow. So look, being fat and being skinny, that's just a mindset. Back when I was fat as hell, I was always calling everyone else fat and being real judgmental of people's weight. And people kept saying to me, look how fat you are, bitch. You're 240, 250 pounds. I know I don't look that much. I know I don't look like I weigh that much. Even back in the old days, a doctor would ask me how much I weigh. I'd tell the doctor I weigh 185. It wasn't shit for me to tell the doctor I legitimately weighed every single ounce of 185 pounds. And the doctor will look at me and go, you don't weigh that much. You look like you don't weigh more than 155, 160. So then the guy would weigh me and I would turn out to be correct. And he would say, oh, I'm so astounded that you weigh that much. So I always knew that I looked way skinnier or whatever than I even thought I did. So I never had that issue. I believe it's just a mindset. Even if I'm fat, I still believe I'm skinny to this day. I have an impossibility of believing I'm fat even when I literally am fat. So when I was 250 pounds, people didn't want to believe that. They wanted to even look at me and say I was well under 200. But I was well above 200. I was about 250, 240. I'm saying 235. I was well above, 226 even. Bitch, I don't need your advice. Hayner, don't come around me acting like you're going to be some father figure to me and try to give me pointers and tell me how to live my fucking life. You never stepped up and put your money where your mouth is. I hate when cocksuckers like you want to come out here and act like they're going to lay down some wisdom. And yet you don't have any skin in the game. I don't even fucking know anything about you and I don't care nothing about you, Hayner. You want to pull that shit, go pull it on some jackass like Craig, who I haven't seen even 1 ounce of since I've been back in the game after 4.5 months in the can. I haven't seen that guy Craig, whatever the fuck his name is now, the pool cleaner guy, East Coast Ghost, whatever. I haven't seen this guy at all. Did this guy die in the pool? Did he fall in the pool and drown like William Shatner's wife? Anderson, you're familiar with End Times Mary? I think she came around when you weren't here. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about End Times Mary. How tall are you? 250, 6'5" is alright. Bitch, I'm about 6 foot. Some people measure me at 6'1", some people measure me even at 6'2". Usually it's short people that measure me that high, but really I've come in at 5'11" on some people's measure. I came in at 6 foot, 6'1", even 6'2" on some people's measure. So I really don't know how tall I am. Let's just call it 6 foot, I guess. I really don't care. Even if I was 5'5", I wouldn't even give a shit about being a short guy like these other guys do. Gosh, remember when End Times Mary? Anyways, this bitch put her baby's life at risk, and everybody, including people that I thought I could trust, are telling me that no, it's okay that they did it, and coming up with many different excuses for why it's okay. I guarantee you don't see her doing that with that child ever again, because all it would have taken was one little drop of cooking oil to be splattered on that kitchen floor where she was working out, and for her to slip with that baby between her chest, not tethered securely, not secure like they said. They said secure. It was not secure. All it takes is for that baby's head to go hitting the side, that little crack, the turn of the table or even the counter, and smash that baby's head open and crack that baby's head like an egg. And then they'll say Henderson warned them about it. Henderson stood up for the safety of children. And these other people made excuses. Oh, well, we think Nick and Jess are nice. They have a good attitude or whatever. So, let them do whatever they want to their kid. Let them do what Michael Jackson did. Let Jess take the kid and dangle it over a fucking balcony and then, act like he's going to show it to a crowd. Well, go ahead and let Jess do that to the kids then. Let her take this fucking kid outside to a tall balcony and let her just dangle the kid over the side of it. Just let her take the kid parachuting. How about that? Let's let her draft her kid into the United States Marines at 6 months old and let it go kill people, let it go kill terrorists. This woman is showing zero ability to parent this child in any meaningful way. And Henderson, of all people, the guy that just did 4.5 months in the can, is the one who's having to come out here and say all this shit. And you cowards won't step up and do enough to agree with me and tell me that I'm correct about what I'm doing, because you don't want to act like you're going against the grain neither. Criminally deranged, profusely insane. What gives a fuck about your backwoods California shit, Hainer? There's about 50 guys in the entire United States that would need to know that information. Look, Hainer, I know you don't want to accept this and confront this fact, but Hainer's an old man. I think Hainer literally is like 85 years old. Let me tell you something, Hainer. You went through life. Now, you hate to accept this and admit this, but you went through life. You got to an age now where you're old as fuck. And you hate having to wake up every day, look in the mirror, and confront the fact that you didn't really do shit in the universe that made any impact at all. A guy like Hainer, he's coming up to 85, 90 years old even. And he realized that mostly what he did in life was go to restaurants, eat shitty food, and then go take a shit and do the same thing every day. And live in a shitty little house and get white privilege because he probably grew up with old money. So these little white guys like Hainer, they go out here and they get white privilege. And they get free hamburgers some places they go. People just look at them better than they'll look at somebody. A cop don't look at them twice. You know what I'm saying? If a cop's walking down looking for a suspect, looking to create a perp, they're going to look at that guy to create a perp. They'll look at another guy, a darker skinned guy, maybe. But they don't look at these little white cocksuckers like Hainer. These little snobby, snot-nosed, rich white kids. And with white privilege. I mean, your white privilege is so heavy that you don't... No, I'm just like, I don't know shit about white privilege. I just use that as something to trigger certain people. But realistically, I mean, maybe white privilege is real, but I think there's still a lot of segregation going on in America. There's a lot of black community versus white community shit that's still going on all the time. And people don't want to sit there and admit it. There's a lot of racism that's still very much in America. And what do I think about reparations? Do I think people deserve reparations? Say that you should give everybody reparations, I guess. But as far as if a black individual deserves reparations just for being black because some, slave family members were slave hundreds of years ago and they're still indebted in society and they need a way out. But I mean, realistically, if you go give all these people money that live in the ghetto, they don't really have the education to find their way out. It may just strengthen the ghetto. They may now have golden bricks on the ghetto apartments that they have. It's like they say, a lot of these ghetto people, they'll have a really shitty apartment, but in the apartment they have a really big TV, or a really nice rug.